It's a beautiful day here in Normal, Illinois as we get you set for more KCL action here at the Cord Crib. Today's first game features the Blue Caps and the Bobcats. My name is Braden Hartman. I'm going to be taking you through today's game. I'm next to Taylor, my partner in crime, over to my right, and we're going to get you set with the lineups to start this one out. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Bobcats. Braden Main will play center and bat first. Caleb Hackman will do the designated hitting. Kyler Lapp will play third base. Doing the catching today will be Jake Zimmerman. He's in the cleanup spot. Max Willie will be in left field. Anthony Gira will be the shortstop, batting sixth. And batting seventh, Carter Harris will be the right fielder. Number 29, Sam Mitri will play first at bat eighth. And in the ninth spot, Will Vogel, the second baseman, will bat ninth.
For the Blue Caps, starting off is Carson Butler, right fielder. Following him is Austin Lucas, the second baseman for tonight. Third in the designated hitter is Kobe Glenn. Fourth, Max Grimmie, catcher for tonight. Josh Eisfelder in the fifth spot, first baseman. Jake Bordre, left field. In the sixth spot, Grayson Shearley, center field in the eighth spot. And Trey Schrinley in the third baseman spot.
Braden Main will step up to the plate for his first at bat and to lead us off. Zach Corson, the right-hander, is on the mound for the Blue Caps. His first pitch is fastball high, and we're underway here at the Corn Crib. Corson so far in KCL action has thrown 3 in the third. He has given up 8 earned runs, so the ERA is a little bit touchy, but he has a chance to lower that today as he starts his second pitch with a strike, a fastball away, gets Main swinging. 1-1 count. Corson comes to the plate. Another fastball away. Got him swinging again, and it's 1-2. Got to think starting off with 3 fastballs. He has a decision here to make. He can either go away with a fastball again, which would be a pretty good decision, or he can maybe switch it up with a changeup if he has it against the left-handed hitter. Let's see what he does. Next pitch, he goes with a fastball high and away. Can't hit the zone. Good spot, though. 2-2.
Braden Main so far this season in 6 games posted a 5.45 average. Can swing the bat very well.
Corson has collected a win so far in the KCL action, and he goes again with a fastball. 5 straight fastballs. That one gets him swinging, and Main will walk back to the dugout with a strikeout.
That one didn't even seem like he put the full motion into it. He just whipped at that one for the K. Great start for Corson and the Blue Caps.
As I said, all fastballs. He's got it working with the command with the fastball. Let's see against the right-handed hitter Caleb Hackman if he'll start utilizing his off-speed. First pitch to him, he does, and it's a slider low and away for strike one. Starting it off, Corson looks good. He looks like he's got his command already. Nice warm-up from the bullpen, must have been on it. Corson comes set near his stomach. Lifts and fires home a fastball away, just misses, and it's 1-1. Next pitch from Corson is an off-speed one away. Looks down at the dugout. He might have slipped a little bit. He'll try and wipe it off a little bit. I can't imagine that will do much to the mound with it being turf, but I mean, whatever you think. Whatever helps you, Corson. 2-1 count to Caleb Hackman. Corson takes a long pause, then comes home with a fastball up and in. It's chopped foul to the right side by Hackman. That moves the count to 2-2.
Caleb Hackman, another guy for the stacked Bobcats lineup, has a home run this season. One of 3 Bobcats that has a home run.
The 2-2. Fastball up and in, and that moves the count to full. Hackman putting together a good battle. Corson just barely missing with his pitches. Good spots, but Hackman not offering at it. Corson looking to get it out here. The 3-2. Fastball chopped again over to the right side. Foul, and we'll do that pitch again. Hackman attends Augustana College and is a hometown kid right here from Bloomington Normal. Plays a little bit of everything. Is what you call a super utility, but seen a lot of reps in the DH spot so far this year in the KCL. Corson comes set once again, looking for the put away. And that one's up near Hackman's head, a fastball up and in, and that'll be a loud walk, and Hackman will take his time going down to first. So the Bobcats get their first runner on base for the day, and the next batter, Kyler Lapp, will come in. Hope to move him over. Can't imagine Hackman's a threat to run, but I've seen more things that have surprised me. Corson comes set his first offering, and he lost that one out of the hand. A slider went all the way to the backstop, sailed over the head of Kyler Lapp, the Bobcat hitter.
With your Corson, you had this great start, striking out your first at bat, and then letting off a walk, and then a stolen base from a wild pitch, and now they got a runner in scoring position for the Bobcats.
I think his approach totally changed against, he went away with the fastball to the lefty and then totally changed what he was doing to the righty. With the command he was getting, I think he could have probably stuck to that plan despite the handedness of the batter. Let's see if he can settle back in here. It's now 2-0 after that fastball misses. Kyler Lapp playing third base today on the defensive side. Takes a fastball in there. A nice comeback from Corson, who fell behind 2-0. It's now 2-1. And Hackman was able to reach second on that wild pitch. So Bobcats just need a hit, and maybe they can score a run. Check swing. It did catch a piece of the bat, though, and that'll make it 2-2. Lucky break from Corson. Nice pitch, though. Up and in fastball. In on the hands. Corson has a ball to work with. Corson comes set, the 2-2 upcoming. Here it comes. Fastball up and in, and that one misses. And I must have the count wrong. That is ball 4, so he'll take first base, and it's now first and second. Lapp works a walk, a very nice walk. Had full count again and couldn't capitalize. And that's now back-to-back walks for Corson after the quick strikeout we saw in the first out. The catcher, Jake Zimmerman, will dig in to face Corson for his first at bat. Batting cleanup today. We've seen Zimmerman put some really good hard swings on the baseball so far. And Hackman was dancing off second, and Corson, if he was looking that way earlier, might have been able to throw over and pick him off from second, but the runner will retreat to his base, and Corson will step back on the mound. Pitch, high and in fastball, and Hackman, by the way, is jumping. He might be thinking about stealing third, trying to time up Corson. Try to pick if there's a trend in how many seconds he waits before coming to the plate. Fastball away is just outside, and it's 2-0 now. So Corson struggling with his command here in the last 3 batters. Next pitch to Zimmerman, a fastball. Low, and it just missed. 3-0. Corson nods his head. It must have been a little bit too low. He agrees with the call. (3-0) at danger of walking. The bases loaded. Fastball misses way high. And that's 3 straight walks after a quick out. And that'll summon a mound visit from the Blue Caps manager. He'll take his time out there. Dave Linkle. Taylor Lingle does tend to really take his time when walking out to the mound, I will say. He's I think if you had a stat for that and you timed it up with all the other managers in the KCL League, he would probably take by far the longest to get out to the mound.
Oh, 100%. What a guy, though. What a guy.
Very personable guy. During media day, he took time to introduce himself to our entire broadcast team. A very nice guy. I know that sometimes managers will take their time out to the mound to allow their bullpen arm to warm up for a little bit longer, but as you see early in this game, and not a soul over there, that is just taking his time. Nice Sunday stroll. So that the meeting at the mound breaks up. Lingle will walk back to the mound, and Corson will have to refocus here, and he's got to face a dangerous hitter, Max Willie, the left fielder, who will bat with 1 out and bases loaded. And now, Willie, it's important to mention, he is a left-handed batter, and they worked with the fastball away to the leadoff man, who was also a lefty. So, and Corson was painting the outside part of the plate. Let's see if he tries to settle back in with a fastball. First pitch is a fastball away, and he fouls it off to the left side. So he gets ahead right away. Very nice job after the mound visit. 0-1 count to Max Willie. Willie swings a green bat, has an open stance. Corson comes home. It's a fastball ripped over to the hole over at first. It gets through the first baseman into right field, and a run will score. Lapp will not offer it home, but the Bobcats, courtesy of Willie, get the first run in this one. It's 1-0 Bobcats.
Great placement right there by Max Willie. Has shown he can do that the entire season. Was out of reach, no chance for the second baseman to make that play. Once again, bases are loaded.
As you said, perfect placement. Just got by Eisfelder, who was running to his right from first. First pitch from Corson is in there for a strike. It's back-to-back first pitch strikes from Corson. Good to see after the walks. A ground ball, and Corson can walk off the mound, having preserved a lot of the damage that could have been done in this inning. It's a fastball. Ground ball to second. Perfect chance for them. He throws the ball away from second, and it'll roll to the left side of the field, and another run will come in, and that is a tough break for the Blue Caps, as if they turned that double play. That was caught cleanly. They had a really great chance to turn two, but instead it turns into 2 more runs for the Bobcats.
And I think the second baseman and Lucas there was thinking too much about that double play chance. Threw it over to the shortstop at second. Poor accuracy. Got it above his head. Wasn't able to come through.
Lucas fielded that ball from second and threw it over the head of Martin. Corson will have to step back in. He deals an away fastball, and I have to say Corson has been working a lot more effectively against the left-handed hitters. I'm not sure if that's maybe an approach thing, but he works the count to 0-1 to start this one. Corson, runner on the run. Catcher does throw it on a second. It will be not in time. Great try by Martin. Tried to tag him between his legs, but that'll be a stolen base.
You're going to see that a lot this evening. These 4 teams throughout the KCL League love to steal top the Bobcats are top in the league in stolen bases, and they get an extra one right there. It's just the first inning.
Next pitch is fouled away to the left side. Carter Harris standing in for the Bobcats. Lefty hitter. He's been scorching the baseball as of late. Batting .667 on the year. Carter rips up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Should score 2. We'll see if it does. The throw goes to the cutoff man, and that is a 2 RBI single for Carter Harris, and Bobcats pouring it on the Blue Caps here in the top of the first. It's 5-0 now.
Oh, that's 3 singles in a row for the Bobcats. And after that mound visit, Corson got up in the count early, but didn't last long as the bats have been very hot so far for the Bobcats.
Brings up Sam Mitri. Mitri, a native of Ottawa, Illinois. First pitch to him is a fastball up and in. That one misses. Mitri attending the school down the street. Never mind, sorry, Parkland Community College. I always confuse Heartland with Parkland. They sound alike, right?
They both had land in there.
Yeah.
So.
Fastball away, and it's 2-0 now. Mitri batting 133 on the year. Looking to up that average for sure. 2-0 to him. He's got a hitter's count to do it. Runner on first for the Bobcats, still only one out. The first batter, Maine, was gunned down with a strikeout, and then since then it's been a couple walks and a couple big hits, and you look up at that scoreboard and it's now 5-0, and it happened in a hurry. Mitri takes another ball high, so it's 3-0 now. Corson steps on the mound, takes a deep breath. He comes set. Here's the pitch. And that fastball misses as well, so it's another walk from Corson. So Mitri will take off his pads, and he'll walk over to first. So it'll be first and second now.
And just one out still for the Blue Caps. Dave over there in the bullpen.
So we've gone all the way to the 9-hitter. Will Vogel will step in, the second baseman in today's contest, to face Corson. If he can get on or find a way to not ground into a double play, we will go right back up to the top, and Braden Maine will get a chance to rebuttal after the strikeout that he had in just the opening batter of this game. Vogel takes the ball high, and it's 1-0. Next pitch is a fastball. He'll throw it on to second. They got him back picked. Not quite in time, though. The throw definitely beat him, but it was a little bit too far to the left. Nice throw from Greamy. And the second baseman, Lucas, had to go to his left, grab the ball, and come back. By that time, it was too late, but right idea. 2-0 on the ball in the dirt, though. So another hitter's count to Vogel. And Greamy will walk out to the mound and talk to Corson. Vogel attends Rock Valley College, also from Bloomington Normal, Illinois, which does make sense because it is a kind of a home league for a lot of these players. Vogel batting .429 on the year with a .929 OPS. Very respectable stats there. Corson will step back on the mound. We're ready for more baseball. He's got runners on first and second. The 2-0 to Vogel. It's a fastball. The outside part of the plate for a strike. And it's going to be 2-1 now. Only 2 hits, despite all the runs for the Bobcats. A lot of self-inflicted errors such as walks, pass balls, and a big error that scored 2 runs. They could have got out of the inning. A nice pitch from Corson. Gets him swinging. It's 2-2. If you're Corson, you got to get an out here. Got to get momentum back on your side. Go into the next at-bat feeling better about yourself. Corson takes 2 looks over to second and then comes home. It's a slider high and away. That's 3-2.
Another full count here for Corson. Danger zone. Don't want to get the bases loaded for the 3rd time. It's just the top of the first. 5 runs already scored.
Bobcats a streaky team. If one couple people produce in a row, it tends to spark the entire lineup. Full count pitch. Fastball ripped to the right side of field. It's in foul territory. It'll fall down near the Blue Cap bullpen. Who's speaking of the Blue Cap bullpen, there is someone getting warmed up down there. It's a right-hander. We'll see how long Corson will stay in this game. Desperately needs an out here. Full count. Corson will stretch his arm. He'll shake twice, and now he's got the sign that he likes. Looks over to second. 3-2 count. And That is high. A fastball misses. And another walk for Corson. And that'll summon another visit for the Blue Cap manager. He'll walk out there.
4 walks so far already in the first inning. Not a very good start for Corson. A guy that is already started 2 games this season of the 8 games in total, so he has that experience. It's just not his day for him as he tosses the ball over to his manager. And a new pitcher will be coming in for the Blue Caps.
Corson's day is done. We'll introduce you to that new pitcher when we come back in a moment. You're listening to KCL Baseball on the Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Welcome back to KCL Baseball on the Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Maine will stand in. First pitch to him.
It's always not a good sign when you are at the top of the order already in the first inning.
Blake Billups gives up a single into right field, and that'll just score one. A nice piece of hitting from Maine. And he scores Carter Harris. And that makes it 6-0. And Blue Caps just looking to collect outs at this point. Started off good with a strikeout and then kind of lost it a little bit and a couple errors. And that has led to 6 runs on 3 hits for the Bobcats. Judging by just that little cookie alone, the 6 runs on 3 hits, you can tell that there's been a lot of self-inflicted errors and shooting themselves in the foot. First pitch is up and in for a ball. As I was saying, Blake Billups in to pitch for the Blue Caps. Next pitch to him is inside 2-0. Billups has thrown 4 innings, given up 4 runs, 5 hits. Has 2 strikeouts in the air. Next pitch is a fastball. Saws him off into center field. That will find grass, though. 1 run is in. The center fielder comes up throwing to the plate. Not in time. Play at third. And he's going to be out at third. He tried to advance a third on the throw. I don't know if Schneerly thought that he was going to go home, but he just kept on going. And I think it caught Schneerly off guard, as he couldn't make the throw in time, and 2 more runs score. So it's 8-0 now, and another mishap for the Blue Caps.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Blue Caps, you get that second out, but like you said, 2 runs scored. Now it's 8-0.
First pitch from Billups is a ball. 1-0 count. Bobcats, courtesy of the out at third, now have 2 outs. Much needed second out. So now they just need to collect an out, and they'll be out of this nightmare of an inning. Next pitch is a fastball in there for strike one. It's 1-1. Lapp walked. He was a part of those 3 walks in a row from Corson while he was in the game. Next pitch, fastball, ripped foul to the right side. That moves the count to 1-2. And Billups is a pitch away, potentially, from getting out of this inning and sending the Blue Caps up to hit. As we've seen so far, Taylor, from KCL action, even with these big innings, we have a lot of them, it seems like. High-scoring first innings. It's a slider ripped over to third. That's going to get into left field for a base hit. Runner from second will try for third. He'll be there without really much of a play. He's caught between second and first. We're going to have a pickle. He throws home. Catcher Greamy flips over to third, and he'll get tagged out. And that is going to be the third out. That was a weird one. I think Lapp got caught in no man's land trying for second after the throw to third was not in time, and the third baseman, Schilling, wasn't looking at the play. Good job by Lapp, though. He stayed in the rundown, gave the runner from third a chance to come home, but just couldn't quite distract them enough to prevent the run from scoring. So, though, they do prevent the run from scoring. They tag him out at third. A weird play, but that is the third out, and it ends this inning for the Blue Caps where they gave up 8 runs. So it's going to be 8-0 Bobcats. Blue Caps are going to have to fight from behind for a lot of this one. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Blue Caps get a chance right away to come back from it. We'll be back in a moment. Carson Butler will step in. Blue Caps, courtesy of the 8 run from the Bobcats, immediately will have to claw from behind as that ball is lifted foul to the right side. On the mound for the Bobcats is the right-hander Brady Parr. At Parkland Community College this past season, he tossed 3 1/3, where he allowed 5 total runs, but only 2 of them were earned, and tallied 4 strikeouts. He hasn't allowed a run in KCL action so far this year, so we'll see if he can keep that going in this one. Throws a slider that just misses on the outside part of the plate, moves the count to 1-1. Parr, a true pitcher. Very accurate and effective. Next pitch is up and in, a fastball misses. It's 2-1.
Butler, 4.62 average so far in this young season. A guy that you can rely on for the Blue Caps, especially trying to rally up these runs.
Next pitch to Butler is a fastball inside, and it's 3-1. Butler, a true utility guy, but is playing right field today and has DH'd in the past. Kind of plays wherever he's needed. Next pitch, fastball in there. Caught the inside part of the plate, and it moves the count to full. So Butler will start his first at bat in a full count. We'll see what happens. Here's the pitch. Slider, got him swinging. Nice slider there from Parr. He gets his first batter via the strikeout, identical to Corson from last inning, and a quick first out. And a big confidence boost for Parr as he settles into this game. His next assignment would be face Austin Lucas. Lucas playing second today. First pitch ripped over to first. It'll be routine, and he'll flip it over to Parr. And that is your second out. A nice 3-1 play. And that'll quickly make it 2 outs in this inning. And next to come out will be Colby Glenn, hoping to prolong this inning. Glenn will be doing the designated hitting today, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. He'll hit with 2 outs after that ground ball to first. First pitch is an off-speed pitch. Looked like a slider. Missed high, though, so it'll be 1-0. Over to Gira, the shortstop. Fires it across. And that's a big 0 from Parr after the big inning on offense. Comes out and goes 1-2-3. So that makes it another great inning from Parr, and he keeps that scoreless streak alive. We'll go to the second inning, an eventful first. Your score, Bobcats 8, Blue Caps 0. The catcher, Jake Zerman, steps up to the plate with his walk-up song, My Girl. Pitch goes away. Taylor, if you were a batter, what would your walk-up song be? What would you go with?
That's a great question. Honestly, Heads Will Roll.
Okay, that's a good one. I like that one. Fastball, outer part of the plate for strike 1. I think if I was doing a walk-up song, first I'll call this pitch. It's a slider away for ball 2. You ever heard that kind of the Wild West? I was like, like that.
I have
That's
not
what
actually. No.
That's
I
it's
probably
like one of those
have,
like
but-
classic Wild West things. I think that would be kind of cool walking up to the plate with that playing. It's like a at high noon, one of those duels. Yeah. 2-2 count for Zimmerman. Billups still in the game for the Blue Caps after cleaning up the mess that was left of him in the last half inning. That pitch is inside, and it's 3-2. Next pitch is a fastball low, and that'll be a walk for Billups. And they'll have a runner on first immediately for the Bobcats.
That's Billups' first walk the game. 5 total now for the Blue Caps. Top of the second inning. It's not ideal for the bullpen if you're Blue Caps.
Not in the slightest. Especially because I don't know. I think as that pitch is fouled off the left side, I think they've used a lot of their bullpen arms in the previous game. They had a couple of long ones, so they've got to be a little bit low on numbers. And looking up and seeing an 8-run inning is not what you want to see if you're their pitching staff. So it's going to take a lot of grit to get through this game. Give their hitters a chance as that pitch is fouled over to the left side. A hot shot over near the Bobcat bullpen, and that makes it 0-2.
I think I mentioned this earlier, but the last time these two teams played, Bobcats won 5-0. Big donut for the Blue Caps.
Slider in, gets him swinging. That's a big comeback for Billups after the previous walk. And that is a much needed out for the Blue Caps and maybe a confidence boost for Billups, who will hope to use that for these next couple at bats to hopefully produce a 0 for his Blue Cap squad. Next up to the plate will be Anthony Guerra as he fouls one off behind the backstop. Guerra grounded into the fielder's choice that produced that 2-run error in the top half of the first. Time is called from Guerra. He'll take a second, and then he'll step back in. Billups ready immediately. Comes with a fastball. It's in there. Back pick to first, not in time. And Willie was kind of messing around a little bit too far off the bag, and he almost paid the price for it, but the throw was not in time. So lucky for him, he'll be safe. The count is 0-2, though. Guerra will have to try and fight back behind in the count. Next pitch to him is an off-speed up and in, and another strikeout for Billups. Nice comeback, another strikeout for Billups, that time on a slider, and it moves it now to 2 outs. So Billups will only need to collect 1 out, and he can put up a 0 for his Blue Cap squad, which is something they desperately need. When you give up a big inning like that and the other pitcher kind of mows you down a little bit, you got to come out and do the same right back. Throw up a 0, give your guys a chance. Brings up Carter Harris. Fouls one off, and that'll end up in the parking lot to the left side. Harris singled his last at-bat. Bottom of the lineup. A lot of production so far in this one for the Bobcats. You have Willie with the hit. Guerra grounded into that fielder's choice. Harris singled. Mitri worked a nice walk. And that's hit over to first. It was originally dropped by Mitri, but it was one of those that dropped right at his feet and didn't affect the play at all. So that'll be the 3rd out. Big 0 for Billups and the Blue Caps. Let's see if they can respond with that 0 by putting up some runs. We'll see. Bottom of the 2nd coming up next. Billups goes out and does his job, has a nice inning with a couple strikeouts, puts a 0 up, gives his offense a chance, and the Blue Caps offense has a chance now to respond and help out his pitcher. Starting off that effort will be Max Greamy, the catcher in today's contest. Blue Caps went 1-2-3 last time out. Great work from Parr. He'll look to do a little bit of the same as that pitch misses in for a fastball. Ball
Greamy.
1.
Greamy, a guy that has a lot of power to his swing. Not afraid.
Next pitch is in there for strike 1.
4.62 average.
Parr rocks and fires home. The slider misses inside, and it's 2-1. Blue Caps didn't get a hit in the first inning. They want to give themselves a chance this ball game. That'll have to change soon. Fastball ripped over to third. Fielded cleanly. Thrown over by Lapp, and that is your first out.
Textbook start here for the Bobcats. I mean, you go literally 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy outs. Bringing that energy from the first inning right to the second inning. Trying to maintain this 8-0 lead.
Lapp didn't have to move on that one. That ground ball from Greamy was right to him. All he had to do was field it cleanly, and he threw it across the diamond for the out. First pitch is fouled off of himself. Josh Eisfelder fouled that off of his midsection. Rolls over to the right side, so that'll be strike 1. He'll take a second before stepping back in the box, maybe feeling that one a little bit. Gotta imagine he does. Eisfelder playing first today. Parr comes set, rocks and fires. Another ground ball over to Lapp. He'll field it again. Easy throw over to first, and that's a quick 2 outs. Lapp working very effectively in this one. Impressive stuff so far.
Yeah, 2 in a row. That was grounded right to Lapp's leather. Slings it over to Mitri. Both 2 very accurate throws.
And that is 3 straight ground outs produced by Parr. Parr getting a lot of players to roll over. First pitch is a slider away for strike 1. With all the rollovers we are seeing, I would say look for Parr to work away and go in on the hands every once in a while to keep them honest. Another fastball away for strike 2. And it's now 0-2 here with 2 outs. And Parr has a chance to go 1-2-3 once again. The 0-2. Fastball ripped over to second field. He'll grab it and throw to first. And that is 3 down. Parr again goes 1-2-3. This time on 3 ground outs. So after 2, your score remains Bobcats 8, Blue Caps 0. We'll be back for some top of the third action after a quick break. a nice inning for Billups. He comes back in the third for his second inning of work. This ball's ripped off the bat of Mitri to right field, but the right fielder Butler doesn't have to move a step. He'll make the catch for the first out. And a quick first out for Billups. Settled in well after the 8 runs given up. So now with 1 out, that'll bring up Will Vogel. Vogel wears number 11 and is from Blono, Illinois. Billups starts with a slider low for ball 1. Next pitch is also low for 2-0 now, the count.
Vogel in his last outing, the first inning, walked, so obviously seen the ball well.
And another one misses, and it's now 3-0.
A guy that won't bite on any of those pitches that a lot of people would bite on.
The 3-0 inside, and Vogel has a .429 batting average. He won't get a chance again to improve that as he walks for the second time today. And we'll go right back to the top of the lineup. Brandon Main steps in. He's 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout. The lefty went down on 5 straight fastballs his first at bat, then settled in, changed his approach, and ripped one into the outfield for a single in his second at bat. First pitch to him is up and in, a fastball for ball 1. Vogel takes his lead off first, gets his secondary. Pitch to Main is fouled up behind the plate. I don't believe he'll have a play, and he won't. It falls into the stands for a foul ball, and then I'll add to the strike column. It's 1-1. Billups picks off to first. Vogel will come up standing into the bag at first, so no real chance to get him there. Maybe just keep him close to the bag. Billups messes around in his glove. Ground ball over to first. He'll field it. He'll take the sure out at first. And Eisfelder made the right decision to just get the out at first. It would have been close at second. Decides to get the sure out at first. And it's now 2 outs now with a runner on second for Caleb Hackman.
Two outs, but
singled his last at bat.
Gotta say, Hagman, very aggressive batter, very successful too so far this season. This guy can sling the bat. Always dangerous in the batter's box.
And that ball hit Hackman. And he'll take off his pads, and he'll walk down to first. Another free pass given up by the Blue Caps. And Hackman will take his time going to first. A little angry, maybe a little bit, a little frustrated at that one. I don't think he was necessarily frustrated with the pitcher, but just the fact that it hit him, it does hurt. Next up will be Kyler Lapp, who will hit with now runners on first and second. Lapp has walked and singled so far today. First pitch is a fastball from Billups up and in. 1-0 count. Lapp, a part of the players here in this Bobcat squad, hitting above 500. He's batting .556 on the year with a .789 OPS. Chance to add his RBI total if he can get a hold of one here, as that ball is inside, and it's 3-0. And Billups, after getting the 2 outs, is at danger of walking the bases loaded. Seems like so far this game, whenever the Blue Caps have had hope for success, they've let it slip away a little bit and given up a big hit or An unfortunate error as we saw there in the first.
I mean,
Phillips does come back with a fastball, though, for strike one.
You start the inning with a fly out, then a ground out, quick 1-2 outs, and then you walk 2 in a row.
Fastball is high, and that's going to be another walk for Billups, unfortunately. So that's going to load the bases for Jake Zimmerman, who has walked twice so far today. And he's going to have to pitch to Zimmerman to get out of this inning. Zimmerman has 3 RBIs on the year. First pitch is a fastball in the strike zone, but away for strike one. 0-1 count. Zimmerman sees red with the bases loaded out there. Bills rocks and fires. It's a slider. It's a slow roller over to short. Gloved with one hand, throws over, and he gets out of it. Billups can let out a sigh of relief after that one. Has the bases loaded, but does get out of it. Nice work from him. So after that, we will go to the next half. Your score, 8-0 Bobcats. Blue Caps, if they're going to want to get back into this game, it's going to have to start now. We'll see if they get it done. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Normal, Illinois for KCL baseball action. If you're just joining us so far today, it's been all Bobcats. 8 runs in the first, but they have settled in. Both pitchers have done well. Billups had a heck of a task to keep the Bobcats down, and he has so far. He's thrown up 2 zeros since that first inning, and it's now remains 8-0. Blue Caps with a chance to score here as that first pitch hits him. Schneerly will take first. During that half inning, coaches came together with the umpires and talked about something. I'm not quite sure what that could have been about. Maybe about a previous play. So next up, we'll bring in Trey Schilling for his first step out of the day. Parr has gone 1-2-3 in both of his innings of work. Next pitch, he hits him too. So 2 Blue Caps are hit in a row. And Schilling will take his base. And Parr, more than likely, will not be able to go 1-2-3 here unless you have a miracle triple play. And the umpire is going to get together. And
I mean, you got to think you went 1-2-3.
I'm curious if they're going to issue warnings. They are. They're issuing warnings.
Interesting.
So I'm assuming based on that that is what the conversation was about in the half inning. I can't imagine that the first one was intentional. With the accuracy of par, I can maybe get behind issuing warnings the second part, but I don't think that the first hit Batman in the previous inning was anywhere near intentional, but both sides have been warned, and so more than likely if someone's plunked after this, it's a quick rope. I don't know if I agree with that, but we do play on. The first pitch from Par is away for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch is a fastball high, 2-0. Par didn't seem to be phased by the warning, so I'm not quite sure what that could be out. But he has thrown 2 balls in this next third at bat, so maybe he's just struggling to find the zone. It's 2-0 now after the 2 hit by pitch, and the Blue Caps have the chance they've been waiting for here to score some runs. So they'll have a meeting at the mound.
I mean, yeah, the Blue Caps didn't have to do anything to get runners on base. A little bit of pain, but they got 1 runner in scoring position. Like I said earlier, they got to dial up these runs, try to cut into it. It's going to be hard to get all 8 in 1 inning, but get a couple here, a couple later, and they'll be back into it.
All about chipping away for sure. Hackman, the last half inning, was the one that was hit by the pitch. He did look angry, but I don't think it was anything with that. I mean, judging by the situation, there's no reason they would hit Hackman on purpose. Nothing sparked that, but nevertheless, 2 issues warning to both benches, so we'll play on. And that one hits him, and the bat gets thrown. And I guess my thing is that's the 3rd straight hit by pitch, and with the warnings given, I guess I'm confused, Taylor, because you give warnings because of the first 2 hit by pitches, and then another guy's hit, and the very next at bat, and nothing's done. So I don't know if those were just smacks on the hand, hey, don't do that, but we're not going to enforce it or something. I don't know, Taylor.
You got to think these are all unintentional.
It 100% is. So I don't know why. But my question is, why would you issue warnings if you're not going to do anything about it if it happens again? Anyway, not that I agree with the warnings in the begin with, but pitches a ball, and then he comes back with a strike. That's his first strike of this inning. As he finds it with the off-speed pitch, gets him swinging. Carson Butler up to bat with the bases loaded, chance of a lifetime here for the Blue Caps. Par rocks and fires. Fastball in there, strike 2, and it's 1-2 now. Blue Caps still without a hit, but do have the bases loaded. If Butler can rip one in the gap, they might run for a while. Off-speed pitch gets him swinging, an inside slider. That's another strikeout. That is the 2nd strikeout for Par. Nice comeback after the 3 hit by pitches in a row. And Lucas will come up. And if you're the Blue Caps, you have to score here because it's devastating. If you load the bases with no outs and you don't score, that's got to be deflating.
Especially without even hitting the ball into play. Doing nothing. You're given 3 free base runners.
Yeah.
Like they're giving it to you like, here's this, take it.
In a situation where you need to score, first pitch is a fastball away, got him swinging. The next pitch is an off-speed pitch in there, and it's 0-2 to Lucas, and Par in the driver's seat for the past 2 batters, and he's got a chance to strike out another here. Pitch is inside. For ball 1, it's 1-2. Par looks to have gotten his command back, at least in this at bat in the previous one. Definitely working quicker. The 1-2. Off speed. Over to first. He'll come to second for 1. Throw to first. Not in time. So the Blue Caps do get a run out of it. They get the runner at second. So they do salvage an out. Nice job by the Bobcats defense. They get 2. And I have to say, that ball was hit pretty hard over to Mitri. I'd have to watch it back. Obviously, we don't have replay, but I'd like to see how far the runner was from coming home. I think he might have been able to go home and then get back to first, and I think that would have had a more of a chance to get a double play than going to second, but they do get an out, and when you're up 8-0, you do trade outs for runs. Obviously, that run doesn't mean much, so you get an out, and we move on. So runners at the corners now. Colby Glenn will step in after the Blue Caps score their first run of the game. He pops one up. It's going to stay in play. It's playable for the catcher, Zimmerman. He's called off by the first baseman, Mitri, who makes the catch. And that ends another eventful, for different reasons, bottom of the third. So through 3, it's now 8-1 Bobcats. Blue Caps salvage a run, but still a lot of room to go. We'll see if the pitcher, Billups, can throw up another 0. And we'll see if the next half inning the Blue Caps can keep it going, or will the Bobcats stay in the driver's seat and pour it on after the run is scored by the Blue Caps? We'll find out next. You're listening to KCL Baseball on the Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Max Willie will walk up to the plate. He wears an elbow guard in his right elbow and a yellow sleeve on that same hand. First pitch is inside. A fastball just misses for ball 1. It's 1-0. Willie has singled and walked so far today. Next pitch is away. It's 2-0 now as that pitch misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Willie will bat in a hitter's count. He's got the advantage of the lefty-righty matchup as well. Fastball up, misses again. It's 3-0. We'll see if Billups goes right at him or gives him the free pass. Billups comes set. Here's Chin. Goes to the plate, and it's a fastball away, so that'll be another walk. So Billups walks the first batter he sees, and he'll have to face Anthony Gira now with a runner on.
8 walks so far for the Blue Caps this evening in the bottom of the third only.
Ripped over to the left side and foul for strike 1. For the Bobcats, they're obviously missing one of their major producers, but for a good reason. Addison Worthman, I think last week, got the chance to come up to the Normal Corn Belters team, and he has been producing at a very high level for them as well. So it doesn't stop here at the KCL. Looking at his stats, he made 10 plate appearances for the Bobcats during his time in the KCL with an 800 average and a 900 OPS, and had a home run and 4 RBIs to add to that as well. Straight dominance from Worthman. He's been killing it, also up the Corn Belters, but also here in the KCL. They knew after they saw him swinging the bat that they had to get him up. 0-2 count now for Gira. Pitch is low and away, and it's 1-2 now. Already the third time through the order. That pitch is fouled over to the left side, and it's 1-2. I apologize, it might be the fourth time through the order. Looking at my stat sheet now. 1-2 count. Pitches away, and it just missed. And off speed. Nice try from Billups, but he couldn't quite catch the corner of the zone. 2-2 count now. Billups hasn't given up a run in the last 2 innings. Goes with a fastball, misses away. It's now full count.
You're another guy, hometown guy, attended Normal Community High School, shout out Ironman, class of 2024. 2 guys on this Bobcat team that are former Ironmen.
Fastball, outside part of the plate, gets him. So Billups will collect the strikeout and fouls up that walk with a strikeout of his own. And that'll make it 1 out now, and Carter Harris will step up to the plate. And if he hits a ground ball, Billups might have a chance to get out of it without giving up another run for the 3rd straight inning. Harris, obviously a dangerous batter, though. He singled in his first at-bat. First pitch to him is low and in the dirt for ball 1. Really nice spot on that last pitch from Billups to get the strikeout. Low and away fastball. Next pitch, he goes up and away with the fastball and gets Harris swinging. So it'll make it 1-1. The runner at first is Willie. Judging by his body language, it doesn't look like he's wanting to steal. Kind of just playing it conservative. A nice pitch from Billups right in there. Drops in there. A curveball on the inside part of the zone. Started high up near the eyes of Harris and dropped down to his knees for a strike. It's now 1-2. Billups comes set. Looks over to first. Tries again with the fastball high and away. It was a good spot, but did not get Harris to swing, so that'll move the count to 2-2. Billups looking to get out of it. Fastball fouled off by Harris, and we got a nice vintage battle between the batter and the pitcher. 2-2 count. Harris took the last pitch, then fouled this one off. We'll see. Billups has gone fastball in the last 2 pitches. We'll see if he switches it up or if he sticks with it. He does switch it up, but he misses away arm side with the slider. Didn't quite get his hips through. So that now moves the count to full. And a very crucial pitch upcoming for both the batter and the pitcher. Billups takes a deep breath, lifts his leg and fires. Fastball in there, got Harris looking. Billups gets back-to-back strikeouts. There's now 2 outs. That'll bring up Sam Mitri for the Bobcats offense. Mitri has walked in his first at-bat and grounded out in his second. Great work from Billups. Was giving not the most ideal situation when he was coming into the ball game, but he has done very well since he's been put in. First pitch is a fastball in there for strike 1. Getting ahead of the count early. Another fastball. Not messing around with Mitri. Fires another fastball in the zone, and it's 0-2. Way ahead is Billups. We'll see if he sticks with the heat or he goes with the slider. Pitch. Hit in the air to right field. Tough play, but he's got it. At first, Butler didn't look like he might have a chance for it, but he sped up a little bit. I don't think he read it correctly, but he did make the catch out there in right field, and Billups throws another 0 up there for his Blue Caps. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back in a moment.
Welcome back to KCL Baseball. Bottom of the fourth. Score 8-1 Bobcats. Up to bat first for the Blue Caps is Max Greamy. Flied out in the second. Looking to chip away at this huge lead the Bobcats have. Parr sets and fires. Low for ball one as that one gets out of the hands of the catcher, was able to grab it in time. 1-0 pitch or 1-0 count. Second offering. Falls into the zone for strike one.
For the Blue Caps, Billups doing his job. He's throwing up 3 straight zeros, but the offense did get a run last inning, but yet to really break out and help the pitcher. Let's see if they can put some swings together and get some offense going to help out Billups, who's doing a magnificent job.
Parr sets and fires. Low for ball 3, and quickly the count 3-1. Hitters friendly for Greamy. Like I said, these Blue Caps just got to get on base early in innings and try to get this lead to not be as significant. Hack to left field. It's going to drop. And Greamy's rounding second. He's going to stop there. And Greamy is going to start off the Blue Caps with a double.
That is exactly what you want to do right there. Rips it down the left field line, gets an easy stand-up double, and that's how you power your offense right there. Hard hit ball all the way down the line, and he had all the time in the world to get to second. So now the Blue Caps have runner in scoring position now. They got some of their better hitters coming up too.
Next for the Blue Caps is Josh Eisfelder, the first baseman this afternoon, or this evening, I should say. First offering to him is a low for ball one. Eisfelder is last at bat, grounded to third. Parr glances over at second, comes home. Swing and a miss for Eisfelder. Big hack at that one for strike one. Parr sets once more. 2-1 pitch. Fly it out into second base area. The second baseman, Vogel's underneath it for the first out of the inning.
So maybe a little bit surprised, but Parr's day is actually done. So into pitches Mason Tryon. Has a similar build to Parr, so I didn't notice earlier, but Tryon will take the bump for the Bobcats. He's a lefty.
First pitch to Shearley, or Bowdre, I should say. Jace Bowdre, the left fielder this evening. Second offering. Fouled behind for strike two. Tryon up in the count quickly, 0-2. Tryon sets, glances over at second. 0-2 pitch. Outside for ball one.
Tryon, 1-0 record so far in the KCL. Has thrown 4 1/3. 4 strikeouts, 3 runs. All of them earned so far this year.
The 1-2 pitch is low. But the catcher, Zimmerman, able to gather it before Greamy had any threat to run to third. The 2-2 pitch. Just low for ball 3. Full count now.
The thing that you can say about these hitters on both sides is they have worked counts. We've seen a lot of full counts so far today. Neither person wanted to go down.
The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed for the second out of the inning. Huge
Very nice
out.
pitch. Got him with the off-speed pitch. 3-2 count. had confidence in the off-speed pitch, confident enough to throw it in a full count, and he does get the strikeout for the second out.
Up next is Grayson Shearley. First offering to him is low and inside for ball one. Shearley, one of the guys that was hit by a pitch in the third inning. Second throw to him, swung on and missed for strike one.
Schneerly was way ahead of that off-speed pitch. I got to think Tryon might try it again here in this 1-1 count.
1-1 pitch. Checks his swing, but he did not go for ball two.
It was definitely close. It was probably a matter of inches, maybe centimeters if Schneerly went, but the base umpire says he did not, so that'll go down as a ball, 2-1.
Tryon kicks and fires. Up and outside for ball three. As Shirley's not biting on any of these pitches that are right outside the zone. The 3-1 offering. Inside for ball four. And Shirley is going to head over to first. Take a spot there. And now runners on first and second for the Blue Caps.
Now, as we said earlier in their inning, with that runner on second and no outs, as we kind of talked about earlier in the game, actually, we talked about when the bases were loaded that you cannot afford to get out of that inning without scoring. They did score one, probably should have scored more, but in this inning, they again had a runner in scoring position, and you look at that scoreboard a moment later, and there's 2 outs, and that's just deflating for an offense that's trying to come back if you're not able to get it done when it matters. So let's see if Schilling can come through here.
Count to Schilling now is 1-1. After a strike in the zone and then a low ball. Well gathered by the catcher and Zimmerman, though. He's done a great job gathering it, keeping it in the area. The 1-1 pitch. Outside or inside, once more. For ball two. You gotta think here. Even just taking first base, taking a walk, having a good eye here, and the bases are loaded, would be huge for the Blue Caps. Next offering is upstairs for ball three. And Schilling's just one ball away from taking his spot at first. Tryon comes set. Grounded right in between second and they get the out at first, but they don't get the out at third in time. Or they're both safe.
Yeah, so that one skipped off the mound, and crazy effort by the second baseman, Vogel. He dove and kept it from going to the outfield. That alone saved a run. And then he also had a chance to get him at third as the runner from third came off the bag a little bit too far, but did not quite put the tag on in time. But crazy effort by Vogel, and that is a run saver right there to dive and keep that ball in the infield.
Now the Blue Caps, bases loaded, 2 outs. Luke Martin, bottom of the order here for the Blue Caps, trying to just put this ball in play. Maybe even get a sacrifice fly. Something for this team as they're down 8-1. Count. 1-1 pitch. Upstairs for ball two. Tryon gets the call. Gets into his stance. Fires in. Fouled down the right side for strike two.
Put a good swing on it, but was just late. Fouled it off to the right side, and we'll see what Tryon does here in this 2-2 count. Has a lot of options, I will say.
The 2-2 pitch. Checks his swing, and he went for strike three. And that'll be the third out of the inning. No runners scored for the Blue Caps, even though they got the bases loaded. The score remains 8-1. Bobcats will be back for the top of the fifth. You're listening to KCL Baseball on Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Top half of the fifth inning here in Normal, Illinois. Bobcats versus Blue Caps. New pitcher on the bump for the Blue Caps in Lockwood.
Chase Lockwood is a right-hander from ISU and calls Libertyville, Illinois home. And he comes in as Billups exit. Great effort by Billups. He did everything he could. He threw up 3 zeros, but unfortunately the offense on the offensive side, they were not able to squander very many runs during his short outing here today.
Bottom of the order here for the Bobcats and Will Vogel. 2 appearances in the plate today, 2 walks, and he's up in the count early, 2-0. So Lockwood, 2-0 pitch. Swung into right field. The right fielder's underneath it, but that's going to be a single for Will Vogel to kick things off in the top of the fifth.
Beautiful swing from Vogel. He goes the opposite way, drives it right between the first baseman and second baseman on the fly, and a line drive base hits. We love opposite field line drive base hits, and that'll put a runner on first for Braden Main.
Flipping over the order now, Braden Main. First offering. Fouled behind for strike 1. If you're a new pitcher here for the Blue Caps, it's important to get up early, especially with this huge deficit. Lockwood fires. This runner on first is taking off the second, and he will not get there in time as they get the out. In Greamy tosses it over to the shortstop Martin in time.
Perfectly executed. Greamy, quick pop time, throws it down to second. He was out with plenty to spare. So really nice throw from Greamy.
They get the out, and now 0-2 pitch, but it's upstairs for ball 1. One-two pitch. Outside for ball 2, and once an 0-2 count. It's now even at 2. No runners on base though for the Bobcats. 2-2 pitch is fouled behind, so we'll do it once more. And Braden Main 1 for 3 for the day, singled in the first. and grounded out in the third. Struck out his first at bat. The 2-2 pitch. Got a piece of that one, but it's fouled once more.
Maine's putting together quite the fight. Just barely caught a piece of that one and fouled it back to the backstop, right behind the catcher. So he's right on it. He just has to find the barrel, make contact with the ball, stay through the baseball, and drive it.
Lockwood agrees to the offering. Gets in his stance, fires in. Low for ball 3, and the counts will now be full. That one looked really good coming off for Lockwood. The 3-2 count pitch. It's in the zone for strike 3. That will be the second out of the inning. Great pitch right there for Lockwood. Caught Braden Main looking.
Really nice work from Lockwood. Comes back with the strikeout as well to complement that caught stealing in the previous at-bat.
Up next for the Bobcats is the dangerous Caleb Hackman. First offering to him is outside in the other batter's box for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is tossed up into the first base area, and that will be the third out as Eisfelder is underneath that. The score remains 8-1. Defending champs Bobcats up. Bottom of the 5th coming your way. You're listening to KCL Baseball on Normal Corn Belters Radio. Bottom of the 5th. Carson Butler up to bat, leading things off in this inning for the Blue Caps. Top of the order. First pitch to him. It's upstairs for ball 1. Butler, a guy 0 for 2. Struck out in his both outings. Second pitch is in the zone for strike 1. 1-1 pitch. In the zone once more for strike 2. You got to think, try and rally up these outs, maintain that lead. It's all you can do as a pitcher. This offering is in the zone, swung on and missed for Carson Butler, and he's struck out for the 3rd time this evening.
For Tryon, I got to say, with the 8-1 lead, you don't have a whole lot to lose, and he was kind of messing around. One thing I noticed when looking at his stat line is he has a very low walk total. I have to say, probably when he went into the dugout, his manager probably came up to him and was like, hey, we're up 8-1. There's no reason to try and be perfect. Just throw strikes, execute your pitches, and be aggressive because they have a long ways to go.
Fly it out into shallow right field. The first baseman, Mitri, is underneath it for the second out. And I've got to say, the Blue Caps, throughout these 5.5 innings, a lot of weak contact as they try to hack out of the way at this lead. It's not going to happen with weak contact. But I think that's because of the pitching the Bobcats have done so far. Very, very consistent pitching for the Bobcats. First offering to Kobe Glenn in the zone for strike one. Just Glenn's second at bat. Is that one is out of the zone for ball one. 1-1 count. His first at bat grounded to shortstop. 1-1 pitch is upstairs, up and outside for ball two. Tryon comes set. Launches in. Flat out into left center field. Center fielder Shearley is underneath it. Or excuse me, Martin, I should say, is underneath it for the third out of the inning. And the Bobcats still lead 8-1. We'll be back for top of the sixth. You're listening to KCL Baseball on Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Welcome back here at the Corn Crib, top of the sixth. New pitcher on the hill for the Blue Caps, and Vincent Butler, right-handed pitcher out of Illinois State. Has seen a couple appearances so far in this season. First guy he's going to face is Kyler Lapp for the Bobcats. First pitch is right down central for strike one. Second offering, grounded to the third baseman. He's able to gather it, tosses it over to first, and that's Schilling tossing it over to Lucas at first for the out.
A nice quick first out from Bitter. As we've seen, all the Blue Caps pitchers obviously besides that first shaky inning, have done their job. So really nice job by this Blue Cap pitching staff, and man, it's just the offense just hasn't been able to squander opportunities, and the 8-1 league seems like a mountain at this point.
Does indeed, as Jack Zimmerman, the catcher this evening, is up next for the Bobcats. First offering to him is low for ball one. The 1-0 pitch is fouled. Got just a piece of that one for strike one.
Bitter in 2 innings of work so far in KCL action has gave up 2 runs, but only 1 has been earned, and he struck out 2.
Count even 1-1. Next offering is fouled behind, so that will be another strike for strike 2. Bitter sets. Launches in. Low as this one skips to the catcher in Greamy, but he's able to gather it for ball 2. And luckily, nobody on base for the Bobcats, or that would have been dangerous for the Blue Caps. Count even now 2-2. Bitter gets the offering. Kicks in. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Bitter gets the K, second out of the inning.
Bitter looks to have really nice command right now on his pitches, working the fastball away and effectively using his off-speed too to paint the corners. He looks good so far in this first inning. I have to think with how slim the Blue Caps bullpen is, they're hoping this is the long-term solution here in this game.
Bitter will face Max Willie, the left fielder, next, as the first offering to him is in the zone for strike 1. 1-0 pitch is low for ball 1. Bitter gets the call, gets into his stance, kicks in, grounded to the first baseman. He's able to gather it. Doesn't even try to toss it to Bitter. Steps on the bag for the third out. Lucas with that play for the Blue Caps. Quick 1-2-3 for the Blue Caps. Score remains 8-1. Bobcats, bottom of the 6th, coming your way. You're listening to KCL baseball on Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Bottom of the 6th. KCL baseball. New pitcher for the Bobcats. And Brady Bax, right-handed pitcher, looking to close this one off and get their second win in a row versus the Blue Caps and remain the dominant team in this 4-team league. Bobcats defending champs. I believe still have that belt that's new this season. He will face Max Greamy. Back steps in. First offering is upstairs for ball 1. Max Greamy 1 for 2 this evening. Doubled in the 4th. Second offering is fouled behind. Looked like it was coming straight towards us in the press box, but thankful for that netting. So the count is now even at 1-1. Still one offering is low and outside for ball 2. And I was about to say, still in the top of the order here for the Blue Caps, and Max Greamy, the cleanup spot this evening. Obviously, he doubled in the 4th. Has shown that ability throughout the season to get really good contact on the ball. See if you can do it here. 2-1 pitches in the zone for strike 2. Count is now even once more at 2-2.
Just getting ready to say, for the new Bobcat pitcher Bags, there's really no reason to try and be fine. Just find your spot, hit the spot, and get out of this inning quickly.
2-2 pitch is grounded right in the middle of the field. And the shortstop is going to gather it. Not even attempt to toss it over to first.
That one off the bat had so much backspin that it almost stayed in the infield, even though it was very much so past the shortstop area of the field. And Gira fielded it, but did not have a play clearly.
Michael Lucas taking Josh Eisfelder's spots as Bax checks over at Greamy at first, but Greamy's back in time. Bax gets the offering, gets into his stance. First offering to Lucas is low and inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2. Quickly, Lucas coming into this game up in the count early versus Bax. As Bax is curious over there at first. And Max Greamy comes home, though. 2-0 pitch. It's kind of in the same spot, low and outside for ball 3. If you're here for hitter's friendly count and you have a runner on base with 0 outs, this is a big moment here for the Blue Caps. 3-0 pitch is fouled right behind for strike 1.
Do agree with having the green light there. You got to start something, right? You got to a walk, but makes it first and second, obviously. But if you can really put a charge into one here, you can really jumpstart your offense.
3-1 pitch is upstairs. And Lucas will jog his way over to first base. Greamy will head towards second. Now the Blue Caps have one runner in scoring position with, once again, 0 outs. Dangerous territory for the new pitcher and Bax, who's coming into this game trying to close it off. Obviously, the Bobcats still have a huge lead, 8-1. But it's easy to chip away at these leads. Especially in the KCL, we've seen it many times. Large leads for these teams, and teams come back and make it interesting at least. Pax will face Powdry. First offering him is low for ball 1. Spax glances over at second, comes home. Second pitch is upstairs, up and inside for ball 2 as Powdry had to get a little bit out of the way for that one.
Yeah, especially 2-0, right? Good hitters count for Boudreaux. Has a chance. First and second, need runs.
Boudreaux fouls that one right behind for strike 1. See if the Blue Caps have an opportunity here to get the bases loaded with another walk or get a hit into play. But this next offering is swung on and missed for strike 2, and what was once a 2-0 count is now even at 2. Two-two offering. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And Bax gets the K. Very much needed first out of the inning.
That's more like it. Bax comes back with the fastball, gets a strikeout. And that is a very nice at-bat for Bax to work with. So now he gets another out, gets one out here. Still first and second for the Blue Caps, so still more work to be done. Sorry, more work to be done for Bax. That's a handful to say. But, yeah, he's got a chance here against Schneerly to maybe get a ground ball and get out of this one pretty quickly.
The runner on second, and Greamy's taken off to third. And he will be there in time. And now runners on the corners for the Blue Caps. Greamy gets that single to start off the inning and then is now at third. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2.
Bax has looked like a whole new pitcher here the last 2 batters as compared to the ones he'd faced so far. Really going at him, attacking with his fastball and applying his off speed as well.
0-2 pitch. So low and inside for ball 1, and I think Bax thought that he got the third out there. Was not called though. Bax at the offering. Glances over at first. Comes home. Kicks in and fires. In the zone for strike 3. And Bax gets the second K. And the second out of the inning.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Bax as well. 2 big strikeouts. The runners that they had on first and second. And now the Blue Caps here in the bottom of the 6th inning have another chance to leave runners in scoring position. They just have not done well so far in this game, hitting with runners on second and third to drive them in. And I think Schilling has just got to drive something, see if it falls. Something's got to break here eventually.
Yeah, it's a common trend for the Blue Caps is leaving these runners on base the entire evening, like you mentioned. First offering to Schilling is inside for ball 1. And once again, runners on the corners for the Blue Caps. Back's second pitch is in the zone for strike 1. Bax gets the offering. Puts the glove up to his chest. 1-1 pitch. Swung and fouled behind for strike 2. Schilling singled in his last outing. Was also a victim of the hit by pitch so far this evening. 1-2 offering as the runner Lucas on first takes off to second, and the pitch offered to Schilling is behind the catcher, and a run will score for the Blue Caps as a lot just went on right there, but in favor for the Blue Caps. Is Greamy, the guy on third.
Indeed, as that pitch just got away from the Bobcat catcher Zimmerman. It was a high fastball, went all the way to the backstop, and that's the break the Blue Caps have been waiting for, but they're going to need to squander at least a couple more if they want to give themselves a real chance at this one.
The 2-2 pitch is up and outside for ball 3, count now even, and Backs holding on to his lower back. Seems to be in a little pain, but he glances over at Lucas at second. Gets the offering, shakes it off again. Glances over at Lucas. Duns once more, comes home. 3-2 pitch. In the zone for strike 3, a major out for Backs. And the third out of the inning, but not after the Blue Caps score 1. But the score still remains 8-2 Bobcats. Top of the 7th. Coming your way, you're listening to KCL Baseball on Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Top of the 7th here in Normal, Illinois on this beautiful Tuesday evening. Anthony Gura up for the Bobcats to start things off. First offering from Bitter, swung on and missed for strike 1.
For Bitter, for the Blue Caps in general, you see that dugout's a little bit flat. I would say that for Bitter to get 3, if you get 3 strikeouts here, or go 1, 2, 3, that really helps build some momentum, and that's something that this Blue Caps offense needs on the other end.
Definitely, as third offering, Gura swung on and missed for strike 2. As Bitter sets once more. 1-2 pitch is fouled behind, and we'll do it again. And Gura, for the evening, singled in the first, but struck out the last 2 outings. But this one, the 1-2 pitch is hits Gura in the shoulder area. A little painful.
It almost got him in the elbow. It was like kind of like the upper part, like tricep area, which doesn't feel good. But let's just say from experience, Gura is very lucky that that ball wasn't about an inch or two lower and got him in the actual elbow, because then he would have felt that for a couple days, and instead of just feeling it for a couple minutes here.
Yeah. No, I couldn't imagine. That's why I quit baseball, actually. I was scared of the baseball. I'm not even going to lie to you.
It's tough, right? Especially the higher you go with how fast the pitching becomes. And also, even on defense, like playing some of like in the infield and especially pitching in third, I would say, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking to know that a ball could be hit at you so fast where you don't really have time to react. There's nothing you can really do.
No,
so
for sure.
I definitely can understand your fear on that part. I will say, though, it's something that you kind of just
get used to.
I wouldn't even say get used to. It's something you don't really think about, I would say, because if you think about it, that's not very good for anybody, right?
That is true.
So I would say, but if you are one of those unlucky ones and you do maybe get hit in a bad place or whatever, or you get a comebacker to you as a pitcher, it can be hard to then not think about it after that. But I would say until it happens to you, you're kind of just back of your mind. You're not really thinking about it. But if it does happen, I've had teammates where it becomes actually a really bad fear for them.
I think that was my problem too. I mean, like I was like 11 years old, and that ball hit me right like in the heart area.
Oh boy!
But it was probably going like 30 miles per hour.
Oh yeah.
But like,
well, it's
still
scary, right?
Yeah, I was a kid. Carter Harris, excuse me.
Oh.
Thanks for the Bobcat says. Bitter checks over at Gura at first, but he's back in time. That's the second time he's done that. Very curious over there at first.
Harris better be careful over there. That one was a lot closer than the first pickoff, and he just barely got back.
The 1 pitch is outside, and the catcher and Greamy tosses it over to first, an attempt to pick off Gura for the third time, but he's safe back in time.
Paying a lot of attention over there to Harris, and he can run. We know he can run. Sorry, Gira, we know he can run. We've seen him run. So we'll see. I got to think that he's not going with all the action he's getting, but we'll see.
Next pitch for Harris falls in the zone for strike 2. And if you're Bitter in the Blue Caps, you got a runner on bases. Bitter tosses it over to first and tries to pick him off for the 4th time in a span of probably like 1 minute. Gira is safe back in time again, but I was going to say, if you're the Blue Caps, all you can really do here is try to maintain this deficit as much as possible going into your last half inning. The 1-2 pitch is low for ball 2, count now even. Gura with not a huge leadoff at first. Bitter doesn't glance over and kicks in. Fouled down the left side in the bleachers. It looks like a kid. 2 kids are chasing after it. Let's see who gets it.
I'm curious why they're paying so much attention over there to Gira. I know we can run, but it is 8-2, another pickoff over there. But I would say, I mean, you got to get outs, right? And playing this cat and mouse game so many times is going to maybe get old for your defense, and you kind of want to get in and get out if you're on defense here.
Grounded in between first and second. The second baseman dives for it, is able to gather it, tries to pitch it over to first, but loses the grip of the baseball. And Harris will be able to make it in time to first.
Lucas dove to his left, made the play, but in the process of transferring from his glove to his hand, the ball flies out and goes about a couple feet to his right. Nevertheless, though, if Lucas doesn't make that diving stop, that probably advances that runner over to third. So great job keeping that in the infield by Lucas.
Now, 1 runner in scoring position for the Bobcats and 0 outs. Sam Mitri standing in the batter's box for the Bobcats. As Bitter glances over at Gura. Fires in for the 1-0 pitch. This one's fouled to the left side for strike one. Score is 8-2 Bobcats, 10-run rule in effect. So if the Bobcats were to score 4 in this inning, Blue Caps would not even have a chance in the last half of the inning. Bitter glances over at Gura. Comes home. In the zone for strike two. And gotta just rally up these strikes for Bitter. He's very curious of Gura, though, as a base runner. Fouled for the second time in a row for Sam Mitri. Count remains 1-2.
Stay tuned after this game. Keep an eye out on the Corn Belters YouTube because we have a second game in KCL action. It's going to be the Ground Sloths and the Prairie Flamingos. That one is directly following this one. It'll be in a different link, though. So be on the lookout for that.
Should be a fun one, as both those teams have had a lot of fights, battles so far in this early season through like 8 games. I think 3 of them were very, very fun and interesting to watch. Mitri fouls behind for the 3rd time in a row, staying alive as Bitter comes set. Kicks and fires. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and Mitri is going to head his way over to the bench, and that'll be the first out.
That was the perfect pitch there. Set him up with the fastball and then drops the slider in, and all he could do was stare at it. So that'll be a crucial out for the Blue Caps and a nice strikeout.
Bottom of the order here, and Will Vogel. First offering is low, bounces into the catcher. Greamy's hands, is able to gather it quickly. No chance for Gura to head over to third. 1-0 count. Bitter upstairs for ball 2. And Gura only has 1 stolen base so far this season, but Bitter seems to be very, very interested in him over at second, as the third offering is a low and outside for ball 3. Quickly counts now 3-0. Hitter friendly count with a runner in scoring position and 1 out for the Bobcats. The 3-0 pitch. Right down central for strike 1, and if you're Vogel, you've got to see that one coming there.
Yeah, 3-0, I think, given the lead and the fact that first and second you can lead the bases, I think he was dead take there, and I think he might also be dead take here.
Fouled behind for strike 2, and what was once a 3-0 count is now 3-2.
That was high above Vogel's head, and he decided to swing at it, unfortunately, so it's now a full count.
Bitter comes set, kicks in. Low and inside for ball 4. And Will Vogel is going to head his way to first, and the bases will be loaded for the Bobcats as the order will flip over, and Braden Main will step into the batter's box for the Bobcats. And a discussion between the pitcher and the manager, Dave Lingle, will trot out there. Have a discussion with his man, Bitter, as there's just 1 out in this inning. Struggling to gain his composure. Had it in the last inning, but score 8-2 still Bobcats. You got to be more consistent here if you want to maintain this deficit as much as possible and make it reachable. It's a hard reach already. You don't want to make it any worse.
I think he's probably just telling him, like, it only takes one, right? You don't have to play it one pitch at a time, one at bat at a time, because if you get a ground ball here, there's a good chance that you can get out of this right away. So I think Coach Lingle is just going out there to assess the situation and talk about you don't have much to lose here, 8-2 game. You're supposed to come in there and preserve, which, I mean, if you look at that box score, it's pretty impressive. If you look at the guest portion of that scoreboard out in right center field, you see 8 runs by the Bobcats in the first inning. Every inning since has been a 0. So really nice job by this Blue Caps bullpen that we originally were talking about was shorthanded. So really nice job. I'm really impressed by them. And hopefully, although this will result in a loss, that gives them some confidence for later games.
Braden Main's first offering is in the zone for strike 1, and got to get up early in the count here. Grounded to the shortstop, is able to gather it, tosses it over to second. And doesn't even try to toss it over to first, but that will be the second out of the inning.
Unfortunately, that ball wasn't hit hard enough to turn 2, but they do get that out at second. You got to collect outs at this point. 2 down now. You only need 1 more to get out of this inning and then send your offense up there in this next half of the inning.
And Gira will score for the Bobcats as well. So now the score is 9-2 as Bitter glances over at Maine at first. But Maine's back in time. Runners on the corners here for the Bobcats. First offering to Hackman. Fouled behind. Hackman, a guy that can really put this one to bed for the Bobcats. Leads the Bobcats in home runs this season. Second pitch is fouled behind once more. And Bitter up in the count here early, 0-2. Pitcher friendly count. In one solid pitch here to end the inning. 0-2 pitch. Upstairs for ball 1.
Really nice spot there. 0-2 count, goes with a high fastball just above the zone, but Hackman, mature hitter, does not bite.
1-2 pitch is fouled down the third base line. That was an interesting swing there.
I think that was just fighting to stay alive. Kind of almost, it was kind of half swing, check swing, if you want to call it that. And he hit it. It was really in on his hands, but he chopped it foul to the left side. So he'll get another chance here. Just was make sure there was no doubt that was going to get called a strike.
Second pitch hits the zone for strike 3. And Bitter gets the K, and that's the end of the top of the 7th, but not after. The Bobcats score 1. Score is now 9-2 Bobcats. Bottom of the 7th. Coming your way. You're listening to KCL Baseball on Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Welcome back. You're listening to KCL Baseball. We have the bottom half of the seventh, and the bottom of the order for the Blue Caps and Luke Martin as they try to tally up some runs and make this interesting. It's going to be hard reach for the Blue Caps, but possible. Bag's first offering to Martin. Swung on and missed for strike one, and that's a good start for the Bobcats. Last inning, Bags cooked up 3 strikeouts in a row for the closer. Second pitch is in the zone for strike 2, and Bags continuing where he left off for the Bobcats. Martin, last outing, struck out swinging, so a guy that has not been seeing the ball very well this evening. So the 0-2 pitch is low and bounces behind the catcher. I think Bags just lost the handle in right there of the ball. 1-2 count. As Bags gets the offering. Kicks and fires. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and Luke Martin's going to head his way over to the dugout. And Bags gets his 4th strikeout in a row. In the first out of the inning, 2 outs away from the victory.
He's doing exactly what he needs to do in this situation, right? He's up 9-2. Just fill up the zone. He's doing just that, filling up the zone. Because the chances of them making enough mistakes to now provide 2 more outs are very high. In a game of failure like baseball, I was always told as a pitcher there's a bigger chance that the batter, as you know, I mean, if you're a hitter and you go 3 for 10, it's Hall of Fame level, right?
Tossed up into center field. Center fielder is underneath it for the second out of the inning in Braden Main. That one looked like it was going to drop, but Main sprints over to right center field and grabs that one for the second out. And now Bobcat is just 1 out away from a victory. Austin Lucas is looking to spoil that, though. First offering to him is upstairs for ball 1. Bax has really shown this evening that he can be an arm that can be reliable for the Bobcats, and the Bobcats are already stacked. They're stacked with hitters. They have multiple hitters above 500 so far in the season. Also have a really great bullpen, looking to get back-to-back championships and dominate the KCL League once more. Count is now 2-1 to Austin Lucas. Lucas 1 for 3 this evening. Grounded to the third baseman, down the third base line, in play. Third baseman is able to gather it, but this difficult throw to make to first as that was grounded hard. And Austin Lucas will have a single.
So for Lapp over there at third, had to field it backhand behind the bag and next to the line, and I don't think time-wise that he had enough time to get him at first, but it did also pull him off the bag, so that totally took out the chance.
Colby Glenn is looking to add to Austin Lucas's success, but the first offering to him is in the zone for strike 1. Pax gets the call. Kicks in. Low for ball 1. Pax glances over at Lucas at first. Comes home. A 1-1 pitch. Fouled to the right side for strike 2, and now Bax 1 pitch away from the W. You see him for the second time. I've seen him grabbing his lower back. Curious to see if that's going to cause any harm in the upcoming games as KCL play pretty much every day. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And that will be the ball game as Bax comes in as a closer and does exactly what he needed to do for the defending champions. Score 9-2 Bobcats. Stay tuned as around 25-30 minutes from now, the Prairie Flamingos and the Ground Sloths will battle at the Corn Crib. Should be a fun one.
I think for the Bobcats, that's something they can really feel good about. I mean, you score 8 early, and you were in the driver's seat the entire time. You have the pitching staff to thank for that. I would say something that they could get better at is they did score those 8 runs, but then didn't score until the 7th. So it's very hard. Usually when you score that, you allow the team to get some life, but the pitching staff of the Bobcats shut them down, as did the Blue Caps on the other side. I think although you look at that scoreboard and it's 9-2, I think a thing that they were questioning was their bullpen, right? And I think that game right there just proved to them that they can hang with everyone. You come into play the defending champs, and your bullpen puts up not 1, not 2, but 6 zeros on the board for the Bobcats. So I think that's something that you can take from the game and feel good about. So the win goes to the Bobcats, but I think although the score looks like it does, the Blue Caps have something good they can take from this game as well.
100%. I mean, obviously the first inning was a disaster for the Blue Caps, but like you said, that bullpen really showed out after the first inning, only giving up 1 run. So Blue Caps, like you said, I don't think they're going to be too upset. They're going to get the L, but I think it was a good outing, and the Bobcats are just going to be really dominant because they always are.
Yep, definitely a step in the right direction. The starter obviously isn't going to feel very good, but I think everybody else in that pitching staff is going to be like, hey, look, we just went and played the defending champs. We only gave up 1 run after we were down 8 runs. They had every chance that they could to be like, okay, it's 8-0. Who cares anymore? You know what I mean? But no, they stuck to it, and they kept pounding the zone. They looked really good. So that impressed me too. That shows a lot of good mentality, and that starts from their manager, Dave Lingle.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't give up. Obviously, doesn't feel good as a player to be down 8-0 in the first inning, but they didn't lose that motivation, as once again, we'll be back in 25 minutes for the second game in our doubleheader. Our best boss ever, Joey's down on the field as we're going to play some whoosh ball during the intermission. Thank you for listening.